Within the Rock is a made-for-TV movie that's kind of a ripoff of Armageddon, but with a monster on the asteroid too. To be fair, Armageddon came out 2 years after Within the Rock, so who knows, maybe Michael Bay saw this and thought, hey, I could do something like that. First, we meet Dr. Shaw. She's been asked to come up with a plan to somehow change the trajectory of a moon, which they call Galileo's child, from hitting the Earth. Her plan is to send a drill team up there and drill some holes on one side of the moon, then cause an explosion in the holes. The blast will force air out of the holes and push the moon away from the Earth, saving everyone. The general wants to just nuke the thing, but she explains that doing this will break it into chunks the size of Kansas, and that will fall and kill us all. So, really, there's only one option here. 9 weeks later, Dr. Shaw joins the drill team on Galileo's child. It seems like drilling is going pretty slow, and at this rate, they might not get done on time. So Ryan has to inform the crew that they're going to have to work some overtime. Shouldn't be a big deal because, you're saving the planet, but they still gripe about it anyway.
That's a 10-hour shift, man.
A little later, the weapons expert, Nukem,
Hail to the king, baby,
is showing the crew how they're going to blast everything once they're done drilling. She shoots these drill bits out of a gun which burrows into the walls, then she can remote detonate them. She does this as a test, and it reveals a metal box made out of platinum. The crew sees all the dollar signs this metal could make them, but Shaw is more interested in the alien remains. She takes a bunch of notes and pictures of everything and then lets the guys have at it and try to get the precious metal. Later that day, they're discussing the find and talking about how much money they're all going to make when a fossilized creature starts to take shape. I guess all it needed was to be exposed to the oxygen that the atmosphere generator was making, and it comes back to life. This scene is really cool. It looks like the wall is coming to life or something. It's all bloody and gruesome. For a made-for-TV movie, it's not half bad. Just because the creature is alive doesn't mean it starts killing right away. Now we have to wait until the 45-minute mark to see its first kill. But once it starts, it doesn't stop, killing most of the crew right away, including their fearless leader, Ryan. Dr. Shaw and some of the others make it back to safety, and one guy notices some of the doctor's notes that she took off the wall are in binary. They put them in a computer, and we get a little bit of exposition. Around 2 million years ago, on a planet called Trillium, there was this creature, which they call Vorus. To them, it was the angel of death. All this monster does is go around killing people, then it waits for their body to start to decay when it eats them. Nasty. Anyway, 10 aliens sacrificed themselves and lured the creature into the platinum cage, and they shipped it off into outer space. Over time, rocks and dust kicked over the box and eventually made it into this moon prison. So, that's cool, but it doesn't really help them out. They eventually realized that because the oxygen brought the creature back to life, then carbon dioxide must stun it. Armed with fire extinguishers, they head out to fight the beast. But that only stops it. It doesn't kill it. Luckily, they have a big giant drill that should do the trick. They blast the Vorus with gas and go in for the kill. But they're stopped by Ryan. I guess he's still alive, and he wants all the platinum they mined for himself. Typical. There's always got to be that one greedy guy in the end that will kill everyone just to make a buck. Well, they fight him, and eventually the monster kills Ryan, just as they shove the drill into him. They blast off into space and detonate the explosives, and Galileo's child starts heading off course, just missing Earth. And that was Within the Rock. For 1996, it wasn't half bad. The mining crew were all pretty likable. The storyline was a bit far-fetched, but it's the sci-fi genre. They always take certain liberties. The music and effects were all pretty cheesy, with the only standout being that fossilized creature when it comes back to life. It reminded me of that scene in Hellraiser when Frank is coming back to life, which makes sense because the guy who did the effects for Hellraiser worked on this movie as well. Although it can't be a ripoff of Armageddon, it most certainly borrows from other movies, like Alien. Within the Rock is nothing memorable. Watch it once and you'll be satisfied. I give it 1.5 moon prisons out of 4.
You gonna let me know the next time you want to check the alarm?
I wasn't checking the alarm. I was checking to see if you could still run with that big fat ass of yours.